If there is an item that is absolutely crucial for any and every Filipino celebration, it would have to be the karaoke machine. I genuinely think that in every gathering I have ever attended, be it a birthday, an Easter celebration, a Christmas party, potentially even a funeral reception, that little black speaker has sat in the middle of the gathering with some tito, tita, or cousin belting their heart out to Sweet Caroline as lyrics move across whatever screen is available. It would almost be sacrilege to gather without the ever-present Bluetooth microphone and relatives clapping out of tune to an 80s beat. I love this part of my culture, and the joy my elders get from watching each other sing off-key, but I will not say that part of it did not make me frustrated and uncomfortable. Because standing among my fellow Filipinos is always an outlier. Some auntie or uncle with a glitter-wrapped and bedazzled phone case streaming to Facebook Live to a whopping 2 viewers. As much as I love my culture, I cannot look past the disdain I feel when I see this. I silently ask myself, what is the point of recording us? Don't you understand this is our culture, not your meager Facebook followings? I always had this thought in the back of my head when I was with my Filipino family, but it wasn't until my past Christmas vacation, complete with karaoke, that I began to understand the true beauty of this aspect of my culture. My cousins and I were in an Orlando resort when the night finally came for our karaoke box to once more come forth from the depths of a poorly taped Lowe's cardboard box, like a makeshift tabernacle. I was, of course, excited to showcase my lyrical genius until that sparkling camera reared its ugly head. Immediately, I felt uncomfortable, and rather than joining with my family's Southeast Asian choir, I opted for Instagram Reels. One part of Filipino karaoke, which I neglected to mention previously, is that once a person has finished their tune, they must pass the mic on to another person. Any word of protest, bribe, or feigned onset of a throat-related illness is not sufficient for the burden to pass over them. Thus, despite my best attempts to shrink unseen into the couch, I found the mic thrust into my hands while Creep by Radiohead began in the background. Nervous, frustrated, and uncomfortable, I began my rendition. And strangely enough, I found that the song encapsulated my striving to understand my culture. I've always understood that my discomfort with karaoke has been unjustified. In reality, my auntie's live stream is not getting me signed by some $1 million company for my vocals, great as they are, nor will I find myself criticized online by an internet troll. And yet, there was something about this song in particular that helped me truly understand this fact. Tom York sings about wanting people to notice when he's not around, and in this line I began to understand the true purpose of my culture's perpetual reliance on a camera. It was never about showing me off like some golden trophy on parade to their devoted followers. It was about me and only me. My relatives do notice when I am absent, so much so that rather than let the memory of our bond fade, they would perpetualize it online to show just how much they care. And so as the song continued, I saw their pointed iPhones were no longer a point of discouragement, but a representation of their love for me. Rather than hold the stiff expression I've been told accompanies most of my photos, I found myself grinning as I continued my flawed rendition, no longer vainly worried about the camera capturing my good side, but instead focused on capturing the truth of the moment. A great night spent with my family, unbothered by the world outside our doors. Now, I understand that my initial perception of my relatives' recording was completely wrong. The use of a camera is not going to change my world, and it does not take away from the bond that karaoke is supposed to build. Rather, it shows their love for me like a silent cheerleader, saying, hey, you're doing great, keep it up, no matter how out of tune I may be. So when I inevitably find a microphone in my hands this Easter, I will not be disheartened by a camera, but instead reassured of my family's boundless appreciation for me. Thank you.